Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
Welcome into another fine edition of the Voice of the Land. Tonight, I am your host, Always Positive Jay. Kevin will be joining us shortly. He's on assignment. As always, the new co-host, Ryan Moster's with me. Peter's behind the table doing his thing. And we're brought to you by Greeny Sports, who I believe we have a contest coming up here very soon. So you got to get in that. We'll talk about that later. And we're on the Big Play Network. But tonight, we got a huge show for you. We got Omar Vizquel back with us. How you doing, Omar?
How you doing, guys? Very exciting to listening to the news now in baseball. Everybody's really excited about the opportunities that the Guardians have to go to the World Series. I mean, they haven't really strike yet, but coming back home, I believe that they're gonna turn things around. And the guys are going to be pretty pumped up about it. So I'm really excited about this series.
Yeah, it didn't start off like we all planned, and it is what it is. And that's the effect, I think, of New York City. It's hard for these young kids. But I think yesterday, to me, the most frustrating thing was they should have destroyed the Yankees. Like, they had the opportunity after opportunity. They just didn't come up with the big hit. And that, you know how that is. That just happens sometimes. But Omar, like, if you're a player in that clubhouse and after a game like today, what are you telling yourself to make get ready for game 3?
Yeah, we got to regroup and talk about things that happened during that game. I'm sure during the game plan that they have tomorrow, they're going to be talking about the things that they didn't do and what they really need to get back to. Hit with guys in scoring position is very important. They haven't come up with a big hit like they did in the series before. They can't count with the home run all the time. They got to do the little things. If the infield is playing back, less than 2 out, and you got men on third, you should be able to hit a ground ball to second or short where you can score a run. And then start chipping in that way, because no many homers are going to happen in this series. The pitchers are going to be throwing some quality pitching. And obviously they're gonna be having some good at bats, but the home run is not gonna happen all the time. So, and the Guardians' way of winning ball game has been running the bases aggressively, going base, taking 2 bases on a base hit, and doing the little things. So we gotta get back to that if we want to get back to the World Series.
Definitely.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like you said, that they're just not playing guards ball right now. It looks like a lot of guys are overswinging, especially both the Naylor brothers. Looks like they're trying to crush every single pitch, and a lot of those are balls, but they'll get it together hopefully. And the guy who I don't worry about, who's been slightly struggling, is Jose, because it doesn't seem like he's chasing pitches at all. He's swinging at good pitches. He's just not missing them. And I think I heard one time, like, the difference between a pop-up and a home run is like a 1/32nd of an inch or something like that. It's so minuscule, and that's all it is for him right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can't count with Jose all the time. I think that everybody had to participate, to contribute to the ball game. It's good that your third and your fourth and your fifth hitter bringing guys in all the time, but sometimes you have to do it from 1 to 9. The 7, 8, 9 are as important as the top of the lineup. And, Rocky has been swinging a hot bat. I don't know to what point he can be moved up in the lineup a little bit, because he can get things going right now. Kawan is having a great series too.
I wanted to ask you that. Does it make a difference to you? Like, can that mess someone up if you're doing great at that 9 hole, which I like when he's up to bat and starting off the inning, and it's him and then Quan.
Right.
But if he's swinging like that, I'm like, he should maybe be in the second hole. Do you think that ever messes a player up or affect him at all?
You have a very quick time to do it. You only have 7 games if you go all the way through to do that. So you have to take advantage of the guys that are swinging the bat well and make some movement. I don't think they will feel differently on that spot. Obviously, there are some guys that you cannot move, like the leadoff guy, maybe your third hitter, have to stay put. But another reason could be maybe bring Jose Ramirez up to the second spot and move the whole lineup up a little bit, and get the chance to Fry to play a game, and take advantage of the guys that are swinging the bat good.
Go ahead, Ryan, if you got any questions. I
Yeah,
can't nod to you like you're normally sitting next to me.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, with Fry, I mean, he really can't catch right now. His hands messed up. Hold on.
Maybe he can have a pitch spot or something where you can give it like more than one at bat as a pinch hitter. Maybe he can have three good at bats, and maybe move him down, something like that. But we haven't seen it ever since that homer that he hit in the other playoffs. So
right.
I'm agree that you have to move guys around. Boyd has been doing a great job of giving everybody a chance. Sometimes he's moving people too quick, and then at the end of the game, you don't have enough pinch hitter. But that's just the way that the roster is structured right now. They have 13, 14 pitches, I think, in the roster. So the way that they plan that out is like, okay, let's try to score early and let the bullpen try to do the thing. But that hasn't happened. They haven't scored early. Yankees happen to score before then, and then after that, the whole game is over.
Do you think like the lights are too bright for them right now? I mean, people say like people aren't afraid of the Yankees, the players, they're afraid of the pinstripes on the jersey, and with that history, there's a lot that goes in when you walk in. Do you think it's a lot of nerves? Do you think when we come home tomorrow, maybe those will subside and we we'll be more calm and collective? I feel like they're swinging at everything, and there's a lot of just nerves right now. A lot of mistakes here and there that they usually don't make. So I think if they're home, what do you think? Do you think that'll be different? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the experience.
If you could hear us, we cannot hear you right now, Omar.
Showing some signs of that, but I'm sure that when they get back to Cleveland, everything is gonna be different.
Can you hear us right now, Omar? Because I think you're breaking up.
Hello.
He's back. Hello. I can hear you. You just got your pictures a standstill right now.
But can you hear me?
Barely. I got nothing.
Well, I can hear you perfect.
I can hear you a little better now. Yeah, there you are. We're back.
Sorry about that. Some technical difficulties.
So what happens when you do remote shows? It's internet's got to be like pretty much perfect, and you lose the littlest bit. It's did it.
All good though. We got you back now.
So you've played against the Yankees in your day. What's it like to go against them? Like I was telling you earlier, I cannot stand them. Like of all sports, I literally hate the Yankees the most. I think we lost them.
Just keep going. You're good.
Yeah, basically, I just can't stand. Like Ryan, when I'm watching this game, I'm the most nervous person. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Check. Oh, I was just saying, like when I watch Yankees games, it's a different than any sport with any team. It literally, like when they're up to bat, I feel like I'm having anxiety attacks almost. I hate them. Like I can't stand them, and that's why I feel like what Ryan was saying. Like, do they have that same feeling that's driving me crazy at home? Where when they're up to bat, I'll change the channel, but then I go right to my phone and I'm looking at what's happening. But I can't watch it live. I got to look at my phone because it's like not as intense to me. What is it like to play against that team? And as an Indians player, when you were played, did you guys hate them as much as we did?
Well, this is time to have to really breath and relax and try to focus on really they're saying because you get try to focus, you gotta have your plan for the game, and then you go at it. You know, if you let the fans bother you, that's really take you out.
Well, unfortunately, we are having technical difficulties, but our good friend and normal host, Kevin, is back. Kevin, can you talk?
I'm letting you run the show, man.
I'm trying to run the show and with technical difficulties, and it is not fun. Because I want to hear what Omar say. I know he's just dropping gold right now, and it just sounds like a broken transformer.
There he is. Maybe coming back.
Fingers crossed.
All right.
All right, I can hear you now.
We were saying that playing against the Yankees is just playing against another team. All you gotta do is focus in your game, and you have to have your game plan, man. If you let the fans bother you, that's gonna really distract you and get you out of focus. And I think that's what some of these youngsters players are living right now. You know, the New York fans, that's one of the toughest fans in baseball, and I think they really getting into that play game, mind game, and stuff. They look at the scoreboard, they listen to the music. I mean, all that stuff you have to block off in order for you to perform well in these games.
Yeah, you think of like Miles Straw, even like 2 years ago when he jumped up on the wall and was, had a conversation with some Yankees fans that were yelling at him and his teammates. So you can tell they can be pretty hostile. So.
And they're gonna be like that. They're gonna be like that for the whole game. You know, from 1 to 9th inning, they're gonna try to bother you. They're gonna try to mention things that you don't want to hear, and all you gotta do is ignore it, man. Just go play your game.
So, the last game they pulled the starting pitcher. After the second inning?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you think that was too early? Would you have done that?
I would have done it. Yeah, I was agree with that decision. Sometimes you have to keep the game in line. It's surprising that he's bringing K. Smith that early in the game, but he doesn't want to get away. If you try to give him the Yankees 4 or 5 runs, the game is gonna be hard to come back. So he's trying to keep everybody in the game. He brings his best relievers early in the game, and then see if they have a chance to stay put. But sometimes decisions are hard. Everybody have a different game in their mind, and I think that they talk about this when before the game start, how they're gonna approach and how the situation is not gonna get out of hand, and that's what they did it. I think.
I mean, I'm trying to take the approach now when I watch like stuff like happen and fans react, obviously the way fans are going to react. And I'm just like, you know what? This dude knows his team a million times more than I do. He has far more information about the other team than I do. I'm just going to let him do his thing. And if that's what it proved to be right, because Cade Smith came in and shut it down, what looked like could have been a huge rally.
Yeah, and like you said, man, we just haven't been hitting the ball with guns scoring position. We left 11 guys on yesterday, in a 9-inning game. Yeah. There's way too many guys. And like I said, it's not only the home run, it's just the little things, hit a ground ball here and there, move guys over, the little game that we haven't really talked about in these days, but we got to do it because we don't have too many home run hitters that can go over and change the game like that.
Omar, when a team is going through that kind of stretch where, they only left 5 on Monday, but it felt like there were more chances on Monday. And now, of course, leaving 11 yesterday, you got bases loaded. You're not taking advantage of opportunities against a great pitcher in Garrett Cole. And then they bring in their bullpen, which has been as good, if not better than ours in the postseason. What is that message? You're down 0-2. What is that message, especially to a young team? What should they be in their workout today? What should Stephen Vogt and all the players be saying to each other in those moments to make sure that they're ready for that next opportunity in Game 3?
Yeah, they have to strike early, especially at home. They have to try to give the pitchers a confidence and work with their bullpen. That's one of the best in baseball. I mean, that's the way they have been handling things. They score early, they bring the bullpen, and the game is pretty much over. But we have to strike first. If we don't strike first and you start chasing the Yankees like in the 5th, 6th inning, it's gonna get pretty tough for us to come back. So the best thing they can do is play inning to inning, out to out. Just play one out at a time and then strike early. That is the best thing they can do right now.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry for jumping in late here, Omar, just because, just making sure I pick up my kid and get him home first before jumping in. But just if you guys already talked about this, I'm sorry. But the narrative that I've heard a lot today is the moment's too big for this team. Do you sense that? Or was it simply just it's the ALCS, they're in New York, still in this series and plenty of time to make things up, especially playing at home in their comfort zone?
Yes, I think so. I think the least that you have to talk about is negativity and how the moment is big. I mean, these guys know how to win. They know how to play the game. They believe in each other. They just haven't come up with a big hit, and they still have games left. They to recover. I believe they can still do it. And playing at home, I believe is going to be a different story. But there is no way, because we've seen teams last year. We saw the Arizona Diamondback, how they came back and they make it to the World Series. We saw a team like the Detroit Tigers, surprising a lot of people. And they were talking about the Central Division being one of the weakest in the league. And they have three teams going to the playoff. It's amazing how things change. So one big inning, one big play, one homer can change the whole direction of this series.
I'm imagining that's what they're telling each other right now, too. They're like, come on, guys, we were right there. We should have crushed these guys. We have all these players on. We just needed that one hit, maybe 2 hits away from this being like a 9-run game for us. Like, we got them. We literally just hit the crap out of their best pitcher. So to me, it's still downhill for them. Like, I wouldn't be all that intimidated or worried. I'd be like, we have them. We're beating ourselves right now. Once we clean up our own stuff, we should be beating them.
That's right. And, it's not like the Yankees are kicking our butt where they're scoring a lot of runs. And, it has been hard time for them, too. They left a lot of guys on. They struck out a lot. Their defense is not, 100% quality. I believe the Cleveland Guardians had a better defensive team than them. So I still believe that they can turn around. They traffic on the bases. They just need to do little things better.
What did you think about? Like, I was shocked when they walked. Who was, I can't think of his name right now. They walked, what's his name, to get to Judge.
Juan Soto.
Yeah, thank you, Soto. I couldn't believe he did that. And it paid off, I think, I'm pretty sure. But that takes some kahunas right there as a coach to walk someone to get to literally probably the MVP of the league.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, we didn't hear you. I was saying, what was your thoughts? What were your thoughts on the coach intentionally walking Soto to face Judge, who's probably the MVP this year? I was saying it takes some cojones to do that.
Well, Judge is not swinging the bat very well right now, and I believe that Soto is swinging the bat well. And if you're gonna go after a right-handed hitter with one of the best fastball and best stuff that you have on the mound, you have a good possibility to get him out. So things work out for him good. But if Judge would have been hot and he would have been swinging the bat good, that would have put a doubt in his mind. But he didn't even think about it. Maybe the numbers against Kate Smith weren't very good. I don't have him with me right now. But like you said, these guys got so many statistics about the matchup with each other that they're trying to do those matchup good. And I believe that's what happened yesterday on that situation.
Omar, we know that, like, again, being down 0-2 isn't the easiest thing, but countless times we've seen teams come back in series like this. And like you said, the Yankees haven't been hitting well. So outside of like the defensive miscues and not hitting with runners in scoring position, just in this situation, what can a manager do for his team in this kind of situation where the stakes are much higher, and it's a young team that they don't know what they don't know right now. What can a manager do for his team, or is it best to kind of try to be as hands off as possible?
Well, the managers they're gonna keep motivating their players like always do. But as far as Boyd as a manager, he's a young guy too. He's a first year manager, and he's gonna need some motivation for his coaches and the people that is surround him. But as a player, maybe the leaders, Jose Ramirez, Naylor, somebody like that has to step up, say some words, keep everybody positive, and never give up, because that's one of the things that they did during the whole year. Believe in each other and never give up, and say some words of encouragement. Let them realize this is a baseball game, that they can beat this team. They prove it, and keep going.
Hey, nobody wins a series until there's a first road loss or first road win. So,
And even if you go all three, you still got possibilities to win. I mean, there is no way that a good team like that is gonna give up any time, any game.
I don't think they know any better, so they're just going to keep scrapping away.
That's right.
so what does a team do today on your off day once you get home? What is, like, besides maybe a practice and stuff? What do you do when you're like you have a huge game the next day? What are you doing in your free time?
Well, I will enjoy the family. You try to relax a little bit, and forget about baseball for a little bit, and recoup mentally. The stress is very high in this game, so you have to try to have a great dinner, maybe a barbecue with your family, and then get geared up for tomorrow's game. Since you wake up, you play the game tonight in your head. You get ready for like situations, where can I be involved, in what situations can I be involved that I can help the team win. Especially if you are the pitcher, or you're going to be playing. How are you going to face this guy? What is your game plan against this guy? What pitch is going to get you out? All the things are running through your mind, and that's your game plan. Mentally, you have to be more focused than physically, because you already play 170 some games. So physically, the everything is going to be there, but mentally, how can I do to beat this pitcher and to win that game tomorrow?
And you guys got a question? It's we normally have like this thing where we could just tap each other who's going to go next. So let's get away from the Guardians talk for a little bit. I haven't talked to you for a while. What do you got going on, Omar? You got anything would you like to promote at all?
Yes, I'm getting ready to go to Venezuela in this next couple of weeks. I'm doing an autograph show in New York pretty soon, and then I'm heading down to Venezuela, when I'm going to continue work with the young guys, the young generation of players, teaching the right way to play the game, teach some values, speak to them about discipline, and all the good things that make me a good ball player. We need that help right now with the youngsters. The Venezuela Winter Ball League started already, and my teams is leading the league right now. They're in the top. I'm gonna go visiting some of those guys too, and I stay in contact with the fans and sign some autograph, do some shows down there. I think it's very exciting. I have this opportunity this past summer. We created a great movement of young kids speaking about baseball and everything. So I love to do that, and I'm gonna continue doing that until I have that chance. So very nice.
Well, that's just awesome. I love that you work with so many young kids and just help develop, and that means a lot to like those kids. I can almost guarantee it. You know what I mean? And it's just awesome that you do that for them.
This guy has. I mean, they know they know. It's like you're speaking with a 20-year-old. So much of.
I think we may have lost you again, Omar. Can you hear us at all? Nope. Maybe. Nope. Oh,
Yes,
well.
sir.
All right. He's kind of back. Maybe. Who knows? Well, Omar, I don't know if you could hear me. It's really breaking up bad. I think he's gone now. Coming back? How's it go? Just got it? All right. I got nothing, Kevin. Oh,
I'm back. let's
Yeah, it looks like he just froze. So
yeah. It's if you could hear us, Omar. Thank you so much for coming on. It's always a pleasure. You're
Genuinely,
just
thank you.
yeah. It just literally warms my heart when you come on our show. It was awesome of you. Love what you're doing for those kids. Let's go Guardians. Oh, he's coming back. You back? Nope. Maybe. Kevin,
What?
take it over, man.
Oh.
Omar, we can't hear you at all right now. I'm sorry.
Omar, and we like you said, we thank you so much for your time. We always appreciate you coming on the show. That is Omar Vizquel, Cleveland baseball legend. We always appreciate him jumping on as he waves goodbye to everybody there. And a lot of great insight, guys. And that's what you're going to expect from someone that played the game at the highest level, that did some things that are unexplainable, but he made them look so easy, and still teaching the youngsters in Venezuela and youngsters all over the place. So that's someone that's going to know exactly what this team needs to do. And look, I know you guys have probably reacted a little bit, but last night when I was doing a post-game show for this, the frustration is there right after the game. It's the emotions are running high, things like that. And I think it's good that there was an off day. And I think it's best for the team that there was an off day today to kind of work through that frustration. I'm sure that they're feeling not getting runners home and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I can see it now pretty clear, Omar.
Yeah, I mean the signal is weird. It come back and then all of a sudden disappears. So I think there is a lot of people in Cleveland speaking about baseball right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, man, it's a good thing there is a day off. Guys regroup a little bit. They talk with the family, have a great dinner, and go back tomorrow and play the game the right way.
Well, Omar, again, I'm going to thank you again for your time. You're always a ball of knowledge and just great to have on. And next time you're in Cleveland, we're just going to have you in studio so we can hear you nice and clear.
We do it that way, man. I think it's better. But thank you very much for the opportunity. We keep teaching the game. We keep praying for the Guardians, and watching that game tomorrow, I will be glued to the TV.
Oh, we all will be.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And again, that is Omar Vizquel, Cleveland baseball legend. This is the voice of the land. Kevin Arnold now joining.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. That's right. Kevin Arnold, myself, joining Ryan Mosser and Always Positive. Jay, and of course, we're brought to you by Greeny Sports Cards. They want to remind you Wednesday, October 23rd. I want to make sure I get this date right. That's the beauty of having a watch when you got to use your phone as your camera. You got to watch to go back to your live reads. But of course, our friends at Greeny Sports Cards. Next show, Wednesday, October 3rd, 2 to 8, Glen Eagles Golf Course Event Room, Twinsburg, Ohio. Go to greenysportscards.com for all the information. And greenysportscards.com is going to have the information where they're going to have events. They're live every Tuesday on social media, so make sure to check them out. It's not just sports cards. They've done stuff with pop culture. They've done memorabilia. And if you've ever been to the big show in Independence, you know that there is more than just cards and like.
What did you get there? That was awesome. What did you get there?
What did I get?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Why am I blanking on who it was though?
A signed Shane Bieber jersey.
Yes, that's right. Shane Bieber.
How do I know and you don't? Whatever.
Dude, I don't know.
I get it. Listen, you're probably just your brain's fried right now. Understand? I'm just messing with you. No need to explain, brother.
No, but like little sidebar is like a little funny story. I've been doing the post-game shows, and these games are starting at 7:30 this week. So we're going like, if the game ends before 10:30, we're going 10:30 to midnight. Or If it ends after 10:30, we're going whatever time we can start till midnight. Well, yesterday I worked 15 straight hours after kind of doing it the day before. And last night, Lincoln was up. He was asleep. It was all over the place.
So we got Zombie Kevin on.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. You look good for a zombie.
Yeah. Jana said she was going to help out. She had fallen asleep early, so she was going to, even though she had to get up earlier than I did, she was going to take care of him last night. And when she told me to go back to bed, for some reason, instead of going right across the hall back to our bedroom, where his bedroom's across the hall from us, I took a hard left or a hard right out to the living room to the couch and fell asleep out there. I have no idea why. I have no idea how, but that's where my mind has been at.
Nice.
But what catch me up? What have I missed? What did I miss in those first? I think I came in about 10 minutes in.
Oh, we were just talking about the mentality and what is it like to play against the Yankees, basically. You didn't miss. You pretty much caught most of it, honestly. I wanted to ask you guys, where are you guys at? How do you feel about the series down 2-0 against the Yankees? Are you feeling okay? Are you nervous? Where are you at?
With this team, I'm not worried. I just think that you can never count them out until the last pitch. I think that their tenacity and heart is just, like I said, I think they're naive. They don't know any better. So they're just going to play baseball. It doesn't matter if, they lose, the first two games, they're still going to go out there and they're still going to try to crack that bat and, run their butts off on the bases and, put points on the scoreboard and, and try to even this series out, get closer to even it out. So.
And Jay, I think like we've said it on the show many times, like Ryan just said, you're going to have to get this team out. Whatever the total amount of outs is, this 27 times, however many games they play, whatever that last out is, that last pitch is, you're going to have to earn it to get rid of this team. Yeah, you won in New York and crazy things happen in New York. I'm not gonna rag on Brian Rocchio because he's been doing enough at the plate and enough defensively. Where one mistake, well, it does allow a run in. That wasn't the difference. There was a point in that game where that was the difference, where it was 3-2, and I'm turning to people I'm watching with, and I'm saying, well, of course, just like in football, when the missed extra point or that missed field goal, somehow the games come down to that. Sports are universal in that. Those plays, the game can really come down to one or two plays as early as it might happen. And I was hoping for the sake of him. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think it was his at bat, maybe the fourth or fifth inning, and he strikes out and and then they pan to him the next inning too. The look on his face was like Brian Rocchio was trying to take the pressure of this team on his shoulders, and he because he cared that he made that mistake. These guys care about that. We can criticize.
They want to make up for it, that's what you want to do when that happens.
Right. And in this kind of industry, we can rag on it, we can criticize it, and they're talking about the same things. It's not going to come out the same in some of these formats like what we're doing here, but I think it is important to also keep in perspective. There's a difference between this team and some other, when you have a bad team, the effort that this team gives, we're upset because we know that they can be different. We know that they can be better. We've seen them be better, and we're just expressing that frustration that they want to let out, but they're just somehow keeping it even keel, one day at a time. I got a chance to talk to Andre Knott earlier today, and he was at the workout, and he's like, it was business as usual. They're in their routine. It's business as usual. And I think that's the best thing you can see. If they're overly excited and all that kind of stuff, laughing and joking, too much of that stuff, that's a problem. If they're really down in the dumps, that's a problem. It's just, hey, now our goal is we didn't win on Monday. All right, well, we didn't accomplish our goal. We didn't win on Tuesday. We didn't accomplish our goal. Their mindset is we have to win the day, and right now the only thing that they're focused on is winning tomorrow.
One thing for me that just like you guys all I have massive faith in this team and what they represent, how they play. But man, with their backs against the wall, playing the best pitcher in baseball, and I was the first time I seen him, I couldn't believe how good he really is, and they just beat up Skubal. Everyone's like, oh, they're done. You got to play Skubal.
In the most dramatic way, too, with the grand slam, too. So.
wow, what a difference that made for just the mentality, I think, of Clevelanders and fans. I mean, there's still some crazies after that. Like you said, they Rocchio play. They're like, season's over, blah, blah, blah. And like, well, there's crazies on Twitter. You're just going to have them. They are what they are. But most fans are like, I ain't giving up. This team, I got their back. Let's go. Like, you ain't quitting, I ain't quitting. And I love how the Guardians fans' mentality has really been on an overall for so far.
And respectfully, like we say at the beginning of the year, we learned that Shane Bieber is going to be down. McKenzie is going to go, and we're going to be without our two best pitchers. Nobody in the right mind would have thought we'd have been here anyway. And they're still in it. Like, the fact that they're in it. So regardless, like, they've played their asses, excuse my language, their butts off this year. It's been like
that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, they've been playing their asses off, and
say that on radio.
On radio.
Say that for the
I get it. I can say it. I just I don't know. But nonetheless, who would have thought they'd even be here? And the fact that they are, and the fact that they're competing, like, you can't count them out. You can't count them out.
No. Yeah, I got into it with some clown on Twitter, some big name. I don't even give him credit or anything. And he said something. They should just kick the Guardians out of the playoffs. And, man, I ain't going to lie. That struck such a nerve to me. I'm like, oh, you dirty, dirty New Yorker. I can't stand New Yorkers, dude. I will never go to that stupid city. I hate the Yankees, dude. They drive me insane, Kevin. Like, I messed up. Like, I swear to God, this is how I watch the games. Guardians come up, I'm like, all right, let's go. And then they get, like, if they get players on, I have to change the channel. And it's not that I stop watching, Kevin, because I immediately go right to my phone, pull up the ESPN app, and it's, like, easier for me to consume watching it on that little, like, silhouette of a batter and the little boxes to, like, point out strikes and whatever happens. I can't watch them bat. They, like, and it's just, this is not like this with any team, not the Steelers, not the Ravens, not the Wolverines. No, it is the Yankees. I hate that team so bad.
Why you don't do that with West Geauga, the West Geauga Wolverines?
No.
I mean that makes sense.
Oh, I say the Wolverines and I say Michigan. I'm not on that. Be honest, I got too much family from up there. Otherwise, no one would know where my family's from.
I know of West G Wolverines. I don't know of any others. But you just have to hope, if you're going to follow that format, Jay, you have to hope that the person behind that digital scoring is on point.
I know.
Especially in 162 game seasons, who's ever in charge of that for the MLB app for that game, there are days where, like, I'm getting the notification that someone hit a home run, and, like, I'm still, like, 3 pitches behind on the game cast on the MLB app.
The ESPN app is actually faster than my TV.
Well, yeah, because that's in real time. Like, even when you're listening to the game, you're at least 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, I'm on Hulu, so I'm like a minute behind everything, dude. That's why everyone's like, oh, because I can't stand the announcers while they were very biased for the Detroit team. And everyone's like, oh, put on the radio. I'm like, the radio's so ahead of me, I would hear them and then have to watch it. And that drives me insane. Like, I can't sync it.
Well,
so,
Ron Darling is kind of getting on my nerves just a little bit. Because
they're all getting on my nerves because now it's New York. Like, I be biased New York. Before us, it was the darlings of the playoffs, the Sweet Tigers. Like, dude, what about us? We have 75 years. We haven't won a damn World Series. We're the story. I hate the biasness of big city teams. It drives me insane. And that's why I hate the Yankees.
You know what these television markets want. They want.
Yeah, I know what they want. We're the wedding crashers.
Like, that's why I want to continue to crash the party. And
we are
far away from being out of this. But tomorrow is a big game, and they can look at it as it's just another game. That's perfect because that's who they are. I want them to be who they are. But we can look at it realistically. Like, to me, it is a must win. And
it's definitely a must win.
I know
you can't go 3 down.
Even down 0-3, like, there's still room to scrap and fight back. I mean, I know the Red Sox did that to the Yankees on their way to breaking their curse to the World Series. But, down 0-3, look, that's still, you put yourself in a very tough situation. You win tomorrow, and it's like, okay, we got through New York. Crazy stuff happened. That's not who we are. We experienced that. We know how to maybe approach that. But we are at home. We got to win. We play guards ball. We got to win, and we feel comfortable here. Let's keep riding this momentum and take it to the next game, and take it to the next game. That's how you get the train of good positivity going. These last 2 days have not been fun, but I'm sure it's not fun for them either. I feel like before we do get off of here, we can end.
Oh no. I got a grudge against someone on this Browns team that has been bothering me lately, and Ryan's been on it a long time ago.
A grudge?
It's Andrew Berry. I'm done with the dude. Like, I'm ready to run that dude out of town so fast.
Fair.
Kevin,
let's go. Can go with them too.
Let's just jump into this, dude.
Floor's yours.
Let's look at Andrew Berry's draft picks. Jedrick Wills.
Trash.
Not good. Grant Delpit, okay. Jordan Elliott, not here. Jacob Phillips, not good. Harrison Bryant, not here. Nick Harris, okay. You literally drafted a center and then he ended up playing fullback. So I'm going to count that as just Donovan Peoples-Jones, he was a hometown hero, but let's be real, he wasn't all that good. That's his first draft. I give that after. Because you can't draft really great drafts until after, a few years. What would you give that, guys?
D.
A grade. A D? I'm probably going to give it an F, honestly. Because
I like Delpit. I think that's
Delpit's okay. But I don't. I'm not huge on Delpit.
We'll see this year. But
so, yeah, we'll give him a D. I think that's fair. Let's go to the next one. Greg Newsome. Ain't doing it for me, dude. You are definitely not worth a first-round pick. Here's a good pick, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. But then he follows that up with Anthony Schwartz. Remember him? Super fast guy, the track star. He couldn't catch a cold. James Hudson, dude, you barely could stay healthy, and when he's on, we're all like, crap, James Hudson's in. Tommy Togiai, I don't think he ever even saw the field. Tony Fields had like a play. Richard LeCount III, I don't even know if he made the team, and Demetric Felton. Thank you for coming on the show, but I'm pretty sure that dude's still in motion somewhere.
Yeah. Go back, because Tony Fields is making plays he's making plays for this team when he's able to. The problem is they either pick guys that can't stay healthy or they can't play.
You're saying he's making a few plays.
I'm just trying to make sure that we give credit where credit is due. Tony Fields has produced for this team. He's just not.
He's played a fifth. I'll give you this. He's played fifth round. What a fifth round should do. He should be a role player, possibly special teams guy, make a play here and there. But again, availability is the best ability. So we'll grade this one. Maybe a C, you guys?
Sure.
Go to the next year. He didn't have a first round pick no more because, that great move to give up to trade for Watson. So that's just a massive stain that we got to get to because we didn't even get into his moves yet. We got Martin Emerson Jr., who's pretty good. I'll give him that one. Alex Wright, he's starting to come into his own. He has potential.
An unfortunate
for a third rounder
injury. But like a guy that was on the field available for this team and was definitely starting to come into his own. And that's a player where okay, he got hurt and yes, he's not available. And we talk about that all the time, but that's the type of guy you feel bad for. You feel for because he was starting to produce. He was putting in the work to get better. People were questioning him. He was turning the corner and then that happens. That's when you feel.
I'll give him this. But you usually want a project guy, usually in the 5th, 6th, 7th round. You took him in the 3rd. I thought you reached for him, if we're being real. Like I said, I don't think he's all that bad of a player. I don't think he's all that great either. He's working his way to becoming a starter, and I'll give him that. I think he has a lot of potential. But you follow that up with David Bell. Stefanski told us to trust him on that. That's another failed wide receiver draft pick. Perion Winfrey, he was just a joy to have in town. Cade York, how many missed kicks did he have for us? Jerome Ford. I'll give you this. I like Jerome Ford. I think he was a great pick. You got him in the 5th round.
Average.
For a 5th round running back.
Yeah, that's fine.
He does pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You got to. It's
best.
not who the players are. You got to remember where you get them to. That matters a lot. He's starting on a team and he's a 5th round pick. That's a good pick. I'd give him like a B.
Oh, but don't worry, Brown's Twitter.
Not anymore. He's done.
Deep down the hole in Brown's Twitter said, "Oh my gosh, he's a steal. He's going to be an absolute stud."
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. So
well, that's what happens here a lot of times. We glorify these players. Like Hollywood Higgins was a jag. He literally was just a guy that was in a good position. He didn't go anywhere and tear it up. There's a reason why he didn't go anywhere and tear it up.
It's because he had the connection with Baker that fans loved. They loved the moxie, the relationship, the chemistry there.
So then you got Michael Woods. There's another receiver. He's been great. Isaiah Thomas. I don't even know who he is. Dawson Deaton. That's your draft in that year. Michael Woods. What?
You got to give Hollywood Higgins this. Like that touchdown celebration, even though we need
it was awesome.
That was that's the type of swag that we thought we were getting here in Cleveland. Because guess what? In the NFL, you have to.
Who drafted him?
We're blue collar and hard workers and all that.
Of all these receivers, though, he's the only one we could stand up for, and that was a Dorsey guy. So
yeah.
Let's go on to the next year. Let's go 2023. You got Cedric Tillman. How many yards does Cedric Tillman have this year? I think his total yards from scrimmage is 5 so far this year. Siaki, whatever the hell his name is. I haven't seen him touch
he's
the
not on
field.
the team anymore.
Dwan Jones. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dwan Jones. We thought he was the steal of the draft that year, and now he looks like a giant blunder. Isaiah McGuire. Haven't seen him play. DTR. What's up?
This was probably the way we should have been doing it this whole time. You know, this is how my wife and I talk to each other sometimes.
Really? Like you're in school?
To know that the other person wants to say something, we raise our hand to each other.
Nice.
But so for Dwan Jones, yes, he's not playing up to what we saw last season. I don't feel like he is able to move, and he is.
He might be hurt. He honestly might be hurt. So we will leave that one alone.
I know he is hurt. I don't know how bad, so I don't know how well he's able to move like he did last year. That's not an excuse. If you're out there, you have to produce. You have to protect your quarterback. He's not, but there is still that element. We got to make sure that we give the full story.
And so I think his position coach moving is affecting him as well.
Oh yeah, Bill Callahan gone. That's a much bigger
detriment to the team. It's awful.
A lot of people even realized.
Yeah, agree. So you got one good player out of that draft, unless we really don't know what DTR is yet, because who knows? Cameron Mitchell, he's just. If he's on special teams, I wouldn't even know. And Luke Whippler, did he ever
get hurt? Cam Mitchell is like our 4th corner. He's good. He's all right, but he's not the best. He's a guy.
Yeah, but I think we get more out of him than Greg Newsome coming out of both coming out of Northwestern. I think we get more out of Cam Mitchell than we do Greg Newsome at times.
All right. Well, let's go to last year's draft. Picked another high class or a high quality defensive tackle, Mike Hall Jr. That started off great so far. Zach Zenter, he's so like these guys I don't want to bury because they are super young and a lot of them need development and probably pushing a position they shouldn't be in right now.
And Zenter's coming off a significant injury last year too.
Yeah, so. He's still catching up.
Yeah.
Jamari Thrash, they won't even play the damn guy. He's probably the fastest receiver we have on the team. And dude, the other 3 guys are just jacked. The best player they have drafted has been Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and he's yet to make a Pro Bowl. And I'm not talking down on him, but Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is not one of those linebackers that are scaring offenses. Like, let's just be real. He's good, maybe just below a Pro Bowl player, I think.
And we lucked into getting him as well. I mean, his draft capital, he's supposed to be a 1st-round pick. Daniel Jeremiah had him in his top 20, but there's rumors about his heart having issues, so he fell. So we
sorry, my
into
cat keeps hitting my wire. It's driving me insane. Oh yeah. So, now let's go. Can you guys just try to mentally remember the moves? Because I don't want to look these up.
Well, let me just JOK. Like, we've seen this defense miss a lot of tackles this year. What name do you hear a lot?
JOK.
Yeah.
So like
he whips. He does whiff. That's what I'm saying. He's not a shutdown.
Like, that's something you see on film, and you still don't take the angle to force him back up inside. You allow him to get to the outside. That's terrible. But when a big play is made, I'm hearing Myles Garrett and JOK.
Yeah.
Who gave the
This
most
is not
effort
JOK's
in
fault.
the Houston game, in the playoff game? Who was like the only one to really show up? JOK. So I am more than okay with JOK being on this team.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus
okay,
God, yep.
you got how many drafts did we just go through? 4? You have one guy you're defending.
I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to defend.
This dude can't draft. That's all I'm saying is Barry sucks, dude. He's not good.
Overall argument, I'm arguing that JOK shouldn't be part of that.
Oh, I agree. I don't. He's one of the few good draft picks that dude has had. And Emerson. That's pretty much it to me. Dwan Jones, you don't know yet. Hopefully he could turn it around. And the guys we drafted this year, I'm not even going to grade them because that's stupid and waste. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to wait till you were done with that.
Oh, I was done.
You said if we can remember the moves that he's made.
Yeah, let's get into his roster moves, like trades and signings.
Elijah Mitchell
for Elijah for a second round pick.
Second round pick. And I criticized it that day, and I got made fun of.
You like Elijah?
I hated it. And, oh, yeah, that was funny.
Kevin, I hit him with the Elijah less. He didn't see it coming.
Or I said Elijah Mitchell. What am I saying? Elijah Moore.
Yeah, I know.
Elijah Mitchell's running back.
I don't know why that was so funny. But
hey, well, we got to find something to laugh about. So you got that. So that, to me, wipes out the good trade that he made for Amari Cooper because you gave up more for a guy who did less. And then who's the other receiver that I know they just had another one?
Judy.
Whatever.
We got Judy.
Oh yeah, Jerry Judy. Yeah, he's been great. Awesome pickup. Maybe he is good, and just Watson is terrible. And then the Watson,
most reliable receiver. When
sure.
on the mark, he's been the most reliable receiver.
Yep.
He can catch the ball. Good job. You're a receiver, dude. You should catch the ball. But
boy, oh boy,
it's not been paying off. My point is.
The standards for the roster on paper, as I try to get this mirror image thing figured out, the standard for the roster on paper, and everybody was telling you, and now look, guys, the one biggest pet peeve I have is, yes, you can admit that you are wrong, but it's right now there's a lot of people that were telling you that this was the greatest team in the world. And they've been doing it for several years, and I keep telling you.
No. Clevelanders have been telling us this. The national media was exactly right on us.
Yes.
They said we were in close games, and we barely won a lot of these. Play here or there, we would have had a losing record, and we also did not play too many elite quarterbacks. And they're like, they might be Fugazi, and they proved the national media right so far.
And you had a top 10 offense last year.
Oh, yeah, thank you. That was the other move that's driving me crazy. You literally, I'm sorry, Kevin, to cut you off, but dude, you had a top 10 offense last year. All right, let's fire the offensive coordinator and hire a guy who was fired because he sucked. And when he left, his team turned it around on offense. So it was his fault that they sucked. Let's bring him in and just see how that works because the guy before us only had a top 10. What a terrible move. And on top of that, you're like, oh, we don't want to hurt Deshaun Watson's little feelings, so we can't bring Joe Flacco back. He only won so many games and made all the fans so happy. We can't bring him back and watch him go cry. Get the hell out of here.
That's a me move right there. That kind of
I know. I got that one from you, bro.
Look, guys, this is
it's getting bad. If I see another picture of Barry with laser eyes, I'm gonna lose it.
Look, people will probably think that I've given up on my family. There's no way I'm ever gonna be a fan of another team. But it doesn't. We're talking about it because that's our job, but it doesn't affect me anymore. If they're not going to give the energy, the effort, the attention to detail, and be about it instead of just talking about it. If they're not going to be that, what are the Guardians? The Guardians embody Cleveland. I know that winning championships doesn't just mean he gets us, she gets us, they get us. that mentality. That doesn't win you stuff all the time, but there is something to be said to taking on the identity of your city and giving back as much as you're getting. We have given so much, guys. We have given so much. And right now, I don't care. Like whenever, and hopefully it's a few weeks away. Whenever baseball ends this year, you know what I'm turning my attention to? Basketball.
Cavs.
Like I know that most of the people in this area won't, because football will always rule, and I don't have a problem with that. But we need to make sure that we give as much negativity, as much as people enjoy going through the drama and who are we picking in the draft. Like everybody wants to get back to that. Like as much as they don't want to admit it, they love those conversations, the off-season conversations. Like, no, I want to talk about good things too. Like drama shouldn't lead conversation. I don't know what the Cavs are going to be this year, but
awesome.
But what I've seen and keeping this group together, they're going to scratch, they're going to fight, they're going to claw. Like they're still going to embody this city. Donovan Mitchell re-signed here and told you exactly why he re-signed here. Nick Chubb with that article in the Players Tribune, that letter to Cleveland. That's the teams, those are the people we should be talking about. The Guardians we should talk about. The Cavs we should talk about. We have to talk about the Browns because it's our job to do so. But
I'm going to bury them this year. Like, Ryan, I need you to do me a favor next week and just dig up everything on Stefanski that drives you crazy.
I'm ready.
I'm going to need a nice rant from you because I know you got one ready in you.
No.
He seems like he's ready now.
I know, but
I've been saying it for years, and it's unfortunate.
I just want to give you a lot of time to go off because you got 4 minutes. If you want to start, go ahead.
No. Yeah, I foresaw this 2 years ago. Yes, he's a 2-time coach of the year. Yes, he, has gone to the playoffs twice. We won a playoff game with Prefer, not Stefanski. But his other than his scripted first series of a game, there are no adjustments. So after that, usually that first series, it was pretty well. I mean, this year, not at all because our offense is terrible, our quarterback is garbage, and our offensive line can't guard anything. But there are no adjustments. There's no game plan at half. There's nothing. He is not a good coach, and I've been saying it for years. And I'm sad to say it, but I take things for what they are. And with Stefanski, he has been lucky. He's been lucky. We have Flacco came in and did an amazing job, and they may have worked together, and that was great. But I've said that what was going to happen this year is going to happen. Watson is not good. We're going to find that out. That's why he didn't play in the preseason. It wasn't because of injuries. It's because we knew that he was going to be bad, and he didn't want to put that product out there just yet because then it would have been all doom and gloom right at the beginning of the season, and they don't want that. Who's going to be the scapegoat? They're not going to get rid of the $250 million quarterback. It's going to be Stefanski. It's going to be Barry, and I could see it in a week. I could see it in 2 weeks that they could make changes that quick. I don't care if they get an extension. It doesn't matter. It's what have you done for me now? And we know that Jimmy Haslam, gone. Coaches are gone like that. He doesn't mind having them on the payroll for 4 or 5 years after they're gone. It doesn't matter. They're not getting the job done. Good. What?
I got my issues with them, but that's for another show.
Oh, like I said, we could literally do a segment on each person each week on them. Like I could do, like we did Barry next week, Stefanski, following week the owner, following week DePodesta, the baseball guy in charge of our football team. That's smart. Go ahead, Kev.
Well, before we get out of here, I just want to remind people we are presented by Green Sports Cards, largest producer of sports card trading shows in Northeast Ohio, 4 locations. And, of course, they're live every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock on social media. Join conversations, hobby talk, interviews. Stay on for their live auctions and eBay, what's on eBay. Of course, their auctioneer, Alex, great guy, absolutely great guy. You have to tune into these things. There's going to be, I'm sure something will pop up that you want to go after. Tune in to these lives on Tuesday nights and go to greensportscards.com for all the details. Like, these are really good people, and they are maybe as upset about stuff as we are, but they're rooting as hard, if not harder, for the Guardians to win, because they enjoyed our baseball talk that you and I got to have, Jay, at that show, and we're ready to put as much positive energy from Cleveland into our Guardians team moving forward.
Real quick with Greenies, we still have our giveaway going on. There's 1 week left. We're gonna draw somebody, and then we're gonna announce the winner on our show, and then we're gonna start another giveaway right after that. Well, we're supposed to start it right after that, but I actually think I'm gonna start it on this Sunday, not Wednesday. So we'll have it a little overlapping, but you'll understand why when I decide to do it Sunday. It's gonna be pretty exciting. I'm actually really excited for this next giveaway. It's gonna be sick. So
nice.
Yeah, just it's attached on our or tagged on our Twitter. Just go on there and follow the directions, and you can win those Myles Garrett cards. But just wait till Sunday, because I'm so excited. Greenies hooked us up, and it's gonna be sick. So.
At VTL_pod on Twitter and Instagram, Voice of the Land on Facebook, VTL.pod on TikTok. Yeah, that's right. We're on TikTok, people. Jay, you're going to dance.
You don't want to see me dance. Give me a little liquid courage, and maybe I will.
Do you want me to close this, or are you going to close it today?
You close it out, man. You're the closer. I was the starter today.
This edition of The Voice of the Land. We want to thank Omar Vizquel, of course, for Omar Vizquel coming on the show, Cleveland baseball legend. Ryan Mosser, always positive. Jake, Peter Tellup, good luck with what you have going on. No details, please. We will, of course, talk to you next Wednesday, and hopefully we're still talking baseball and getting into the Cavs as well. And as a reminder, I'm Kevin Arnold, letting you know, don't let anyone ever tell you it's just a game. We truly love you all, 3,000.
Hey, and don't talk about it. Be about it.
The Browns are wasting Myles Garrett's career.
And live life, all gas, no brakes. We truly appreciate you tuning in. This is the Voice of the Land, the Big Play Network, the Be On Air Podcast Network, partner with LPV Productions. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks, guys.